Hello and welcome back. I am Peacemaker and this is Everstride and we are back at it with Slay the Princess. We're going to jump straight into it.
You're on a path in the woods.
So here we are again.
At the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So it looks like we are starting straight back over from the beginning here. So when she really did say that we were going to forget, she really meant we would forget everything.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, you know what? You told me that the last time, and I know I'm not supposed to remember, Mr. Narrator, but I still haven't seen evidence that it's the end of the world. I mean, maybe the creature at the end there is what ends the world? Maybe releasing her people? I'm not sure. We'll find out, but I haven't had evidence to the end of the world yet. So, we've looked at these options before, and yeah, let's try this one. Do I get a reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Oh, I see. So he's offering me a reward. Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
You make some kind of rules, Mr. Narrator, because, you know, I still don't like you. But you make some rules because you are the one that got us killed at the beginning of the last one. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Are you sure?
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I mean, for the sake of the argument, I could be. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
You better really hold that promise, because if I go through with actually killing her instead of saving her this time, you better, I'm telling you, it better be the best reward I've ever seen. I better get cake. I'm gonna need some cake. Editor Jordan, put some cake in. Sweet. I've always wanted to off him on our Viva La Revolution. Alright, let's silently continue to the cabin, alright, guys?
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
A warning before you go any further.
Is it gonna be the same warning as last time?
She will lie,
Yep.
she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
You know, I believed her last time and it was totally cool, so I'll probably believe her
We're not
this
going
time
to go through
too.
with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
We are, Inner Voice. We've already tried the saving. It worked out well, other than we got to meet Smitten. And he's just too much, alright? Way too much. I don't know that I can deal with seeing him again.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin. Chuck, 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 chuck. Walk. Here we are.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Oh wow, it's like the original
The
cabin.
air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
So this looks exactly like the original cabin.
The
over
blade
again.
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't. I can enter the basement without it again. You know what, this time, let's actually take the blade. We didn't take the blade last time. Let's take it this time and see if we can still talk our ways out of it. And see if we can still save the princess that way.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. The world didn't end last time. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I mean, maybe. It is pretty dark, dank, and it
Her voice
doesn't look
carries
great.
up the stairs.
Who's there?
Ooh, that's different.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
So this goes back to what I was saying before, how taking different things and picking different outcomes or scenarios, like this time we took the blade. Instead of her saying, hi, someone there, now she sounds like a predator about to pounce. All because we took the blade this time. It's really neat. I really enjoy what you guys have done here, devs. It's amazing the amount of work that you did.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you! Hi! Just checking in on you. We'll just do that one.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
I see.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
No.
Focus on the task at hand.
We are!
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I mean, if I can talk my way out of it, no. Nuh-uh. Haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. What? No way. Why would we even think about that? Oh yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nah, I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
Okay.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare.
I will, narrator. Just for
It's
you.
fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster.
She could
Killing
be.
someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Not really. We didn't do it last time for that reason. We'll drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
You're not convincing me much, but, you know, I was super nice to you last time and it worked out great.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
I am unarmed, and I know you hate me, Mr. Narrator, but I don't care.
We'll be fine.
We will be fine. Thank you, Inner Voice. I enjoy your confidence.
Don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I don't think I will. I think we'll be okay.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, a little bit. It is. I agree. Explore, yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about it? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Yeah, it's pretty
I know.
awkward.
I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I have my reasons. Do you think I'd just come here to kill someone without even knowing why? That'd be ridiculous. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? You're supposed to end the world. I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
No!
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
It kind of is. How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Why not? We're getting to the bottom of this, Mr. Narrator.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
Who knows?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
They have not. The narrator still doesn't bring me any evidence on this, guys. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping the information secret from me. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them. Yeah, that's totally true. I definitely am more inclined to trust you, Princess, than I am the narrator, because he's lied to me every time. He got me killed. I'm not getting over that. I'm kind of holding a grudge about it. I don't like the narrator.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
I don't think you do.
Hopefully sooner.
I think you have your own interest at heart, and you're not letting me know what they are.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Okay.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
I really don't.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
It's definitely
Doubtful.
not.
Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
If there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. And if there
Wow,
isn't a key.
you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
I could.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant
This
about
sounds
cutting
very
our way
familiar.
out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Deja vu, guys. We already tried that one. Now let's just return to the bottom of the stairs, guys.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed
Yeah,
to.
you said that last time, but it really didn't help us.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep, again.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Okay.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
Hey, at least she's not biting it off this time, guys, because that was so gruesome. This is still gruesome. Like, this is a lot to take in, but she's not gnawing her arm off.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it.
Woo!
Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Oh,
She didn't
God.
so much as utter a sound.
Yep. Doesn't get
Free
any
from
better.
her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered
She
by it.
doesn't seem to be.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high.
Are you gonna kill
can't
me
just
again?
Let her escape into
You're
the
gonna kill
world.
me again, aren't you?
No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Warner!
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
You're really not. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
I hope so.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical
That's
gaze.
totally different than last time.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
At least she made quick work of it this time, guys. There was no stabbing like 20 times in the chest, so
This is the end, isn't it?
it is. It definitely is. The narrator
afraid it
got
is.
us killed.
Everything goes dark,
Again!
and you die.
It's all your fault, narrator! Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust
hello.
out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Hey, the voice of the skeptic. This is a new one. I might actually like you. You hate the narrator like I do. We're gonna get on swimmingly, my friend. Because Smitten was way over the top, but this guy seems reasonable.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I think it is.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
It does.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
You haven't given me much reason to listen to you at all in the first place. There's been no proper evidence.
The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us.
Pretty much. That's what happened the first go-around, too.
That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
Nope.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
I don't think I did deserve it. I did try to free her. And I tried to free her because there didn't seem to be any evidence to support the fact that she was the end of the world. The world has yet to end. I've died several times, and they've all been at your expense.
Sure you are.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
They didn't seem to.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Indeed. I agree with you, Inner Voice.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
I'm not sure. Can you tell me, Mr. Narrator?
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
True.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
Okay.
You're talking in circles.
He is.
No, I'm talking in facts.
You don't have anything to back up your facts, so they can't be facts. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her, and all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world? Who locked her in the basement, and what is this place? Yeah, that's a pretty relevant question. Can you answer that for me, narrator?
People locked her in that basement.
What
I told
people?
you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
No, you've been too simplistic. I'm a very in need of factual evidence individual. I have to have the evidence to support your supposed facts. Otherwise, I can't relay them as fact. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me? Good question. I like that question.
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Oh God.
You're
not
the
this.
only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
So you're trying to Lord of the Rings me now. You're like, look, Frodo, we gave you the ring. You're the only one that can do this. No, I'm going to be like the country bumpkin that says, oh yeah, you think so? Well, here's a cup of coffee. You just sit right there and we'll be right back while I slip out the back door.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Don't let it get to your head, inner voice. Don't you do it. We're not that special. They just picked us because we were the last choice.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Because I was your last choice.
Yes. Right. We're here because we're special.
Thank you, Skeptic. I am loving you. You've been the best voice I've seen thus far.
Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it.
Very.
I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
No. You're being cagey. Why aren't you telling me? Exactly. What aren't you
I told
telling
you
me?
everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
There is nothing simple about this situation.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here.
I can't. You've given me irrefutable proof not to trust you.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
Thank you. That's exactly what I've been saying this whole time.
What proof could you possibly ask for?
Oh, you know, like actual irrefutable evidence to support your facts?
Literally anything.
Yeah!
Fine. Check your pockets.
Okay, what's in my pocket?
Put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
Man, I hope there's something good in here.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting?
Very true. How do we not know you didn't forge the handwriting? That doesn't look like my handwriting. I didn't write that. What is he getting on about, guys?
I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Uh-huh.
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk.
I'm not so sure.
I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Probably. Yeah, that's all.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin, shall we?
A warning. Before you go
I am
further.
skipping his warning because I've heard it too many times.
She will lie.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Very interesting. I love how this whole thing has changed again. So on the first go around, on the second time, we had quite the beautiful, more ornate monarch castle style cabin. And this one actually looks like a dungeon.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Interesting.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror. You know, we've done the mirror already, so I'm not going to do it again. This time we're gonna enter the basement without the blade.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there.
Really,
without a
Mr.
weapon.
Skeptic?
Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again?
Yeah, what if she does do that again?
Yes, I'm sure. And I've already got a plan for that.
Still with those past life delusions, are we? I
Yep.
hope part of that plan is don't give the world any monstrosity your only weapon. Because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon.
Peachy, we'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm trusting you.
I guess I'll trust you too, Mr. Skeptic. Don't get us killed like the narrator has 2 times now. Hey, don't I get a say here? What's the big idea? Yeah!
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Okay, fine.
Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it.
It's true.
No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
That mirror disappeared when we
The
opened
door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase.
Hey, at
A
least
few
there's
sputtering
torches.
attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Probably.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
Probably. The last one remembered us and knew that we had done something, so this one probably does too.
You walk down the
Whoa!
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Wow. They really chained her down this time, guys. That's a lot. And who's that chained for over here?
So much for cutting her out of here.
Yeah, I don't think we can cut her head off.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
It was last time.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Very true.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I really don't want to. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. Leave the basement? No. I don't think I could do that. I'll sit with her, though.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
It is.
We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
I agree. Good job, Inner Voice.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Well, I really don't want to kill you, if I can help it. I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Good.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
It was.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
Not really.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
I see.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
So that's what's going on. So as we don't kill her, then it progresses further and further, it seems.
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
Agreed.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
True.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
You know, I just really like to defy you, Mr. Narrator.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant?
Yeah,
How
why
is
is
it
that
ever
important?
helpful to be in the dark?
It's not ever helpful to be in the dark. In fact, I would wager that it's worse.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I don't think that's the case. I don't see how anybody can make an informed decision without all the pieces in the puzzle. If you give somebody only certain amounts of pieces of the puzzle, then they're going to make a decision that's not accurate. You could manipulate any of the information that's coming out to make us decide something that we shouldn't decide. That's totally not cool. And this is why I don't like you, narrator. This right here. This is the perfect example of why I don't like you, because you are manipulating us to kill this woman. You're not giving us enough pieces of the puzzle because you think that if we had all the pieces of the puzzle, we would do the exact opposite of what you want, which leads me to the conclusion that you have something going on in your head that is totally different and you're using us for your own intentions and purpose. It's not cool. Nobody likes to be used.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
I agree.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Let's see. I think I'm just going to leave you here, actually. You're not too much of a threat to anyone locked up like that. Bye. No, I'm not going to leave her. That would be cruel. What would you have me do? The other chain on the wall, who is it for? What happened after I died last time? You were asking about my intentions earlier. Yeah, who was that chain for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
You were asking about my intentions earlier. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here?
Well, I hope to not have to use it on you.
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
She might be able to.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Not really. So, remember last game, in the last episode, how I said belief can change things in the world? And we had evidence to prove that when the creature at the end told us if we only believe it's possible. I wonder if we cut her head off and we believe that it's possible for her to live, she'll continue to live. That would be quite interesting. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
So, again, the world didn't end.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Probably.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything.
Yeah?
Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
That's kind of what it sounds like. That's kind of what I've been getting too. I really align with the skeptic guy for some reason. He's really doing good by the questions that I've got going on in my head. How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident.
She does.
Maybe she knows something we don't.
I don't think so.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Maybe.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
True.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great.
No.
What
not at
about
all.
the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
That's also possible. Although I feel like this situation is extremely tense. And the music is not helping. It's good music, but it's definitely not helping with the tensity. If you want me to leave, I'm going to be the one with a weapon. Deal with it. Cut her out on your own. This is a hard choice, guys. If you want me to leave, I'm going to be the one with a weapon. Deal with it.
Do you think these chains take away my saying things? I said no.
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists.
Oh, Lord.
In an instant,
Ow.
they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut. The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her.
I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if she walked up to us with a blade again, after what happened between us?
Probably
How
not.
many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
I'm dropping it.
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick.
You know what? At least she let me go. So that proves I can trust her as far as that goes.
Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her hair, smiling
Oh
slightly
my
as
God.
she raises the blade to her throat.
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
What is she doing?
Is she really going to?
She doesn't say
Oh
another word
my God.
as she cuts into her own neck.
Oh God.
Nah.
Yeah,
You
look
close
away.
your eyes. That doesn't stop you from hearing every grisly beat.
Oh.
The splitting of skin, the wet mulching of severed veins, I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Yeah, why would she do that?
So that's her plan.
Killing herself?
We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
I don't think so.
And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There is a slow and fleshy tear. Hard to fake that. This is worse than watching.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yet our eyes are still closed.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop along with it. I think you can open your eyes now. Oh no, oh no, oh no,
Oh,
what did we
dear
do?
Lord.
Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
I don't think we can fix her. We can't fix her. Medic!
The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
You sound a little too happy about this, narrator. This is not how I wanted this to go.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
I think everyone deserves a burial.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things. The danger has passed.
I don't think so.
You can.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
You know what? I'm gonna take her with us.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids.
Woo!
Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Okay.
Open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Whoa! She's not dead.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
It sounds like he's gone.
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Oh lord, the hands again. Did anybody else think that she was going to be able to talk? I thought she was dead! What happened? But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
This
Why
is the
now?
same mirror we went through before. Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared. Yep.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It won't be.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back.
You'll be okay. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
I don't like that silence.
It's okay. The voices feel small and distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They are once again gone. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Hello again! You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Cool.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Now, I have some questions for you. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
So you grow as though we grow, as people and adults. That's really deep. You know, and guys, we are still the inner child that we once were. You know, that part of us is still here with us. And as we grow, we become different, and we change, and things happen. As a tree grows, it gets bigger. As people grow, we have more perspectives, which is similar to what she's saying here. And that's why it's very deep, because, all of our inner desires from our past onto our present are all within, I have children. So this is a big statement for me because, you watch your children grow from an infant to my oldest is 6. So I have watched her grow so much, and it's amazing to see the differences and the changes that they have. That's kind of probably why I like this game so much, It really makes you think. This is very much so a thought experiment, as the narrator said. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer? No, I kind of like the riddles. What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
Makes sense.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. What I am is different from what I was.
Beautiful.
I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? Yeah, what do you think about this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Okay. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
True. Very true.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Cool. So you do not have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Okay. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
Yeah, but that still feels bad, Because I'm not trying to kill her. I'd like to try and save her, but... It also begs the question, guys. She said that the princess and her are one and the same, but at the same time, she's also saying that they are more or less echoes of her, is what I'm getting from this.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Okay. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay. That makes sense. Alright, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Okay.
We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die! Alrighty guys, that is going to be it for this episode. We will do another one. I really want to get to the bottom of this and see where it goes. I think it's going to be super interesting and super awesome. So, this is Peacemaker signing off. See you guys later.
Every day and every night